Thank you for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use The Art of Love Tarot by Denise Jarvie, artwork by Tony Carmine Salerno. There's the full box, but if you want that information, there it is. The website for this one, I want to say it's Blue Angel. BlueAngelOnline.com. It's there at the bottom. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Hopefully you can see the spelling for that too if you want to. This is illustrated by Jessie Reish, which is at the top of the orange. And the website is at the bottom, hayhouse.com. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. And finally, I use the Dungeons and Dragons dice is what they are. They're metal. It's there. It's Amazon.com if it focuses. If it decides to focus. Is it doing it? Maybe. I use the 20-sided one for the Major Arcana. There's 21 in the Major Arcana, but I just use the 20-sided dice. For the Minor Arcana, I use these 4-sided dice to decide the suit, and then I use the 12-sided dice for which number card, which only goes up to Knight, but still, that's how I use it. Anything else? I think we're good. All right, hopefully that helps, and let's get into your reading. Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Capricorn? What do we have for Capricorn? I get a very positive energy with this, but there's a lot of speed coming in. Somebody you care about a lot. A lot. One more. Those are going to go there. Okay. Now we got to do these. What is coming forward is a great question. All right. Something. Okay. Somebody's coming in. This is interesting. A lot of success coming towards you with somebody through somebody else. Coming in kind of quickly, actually. From what I understand of Capricorn, we like things to come in kind of slow to medium, and we like to because we like to be sure things make sense. I'm not a Capricorn, but like I'm getting that energy, kind of like I don't want it to come in too fast because I like to make sure it makes sense, that it's stable, that it's going to last. If it's going to be here only 5 seconds, I don't have a point for it. But I feel like you are allowing this. You're mitigating the risk. Mitigating the risk. Am I saying that right? Like you're kind of like, all right, I'll let this happen. All right. I feel like I'm kind of like, all right, I'll let this go. All right, I'll let that go. All right. Whoever this is, I feel like this is somebody who I know what it's like to not have them around. Something about that. I know what it's like to not have a connection like this, or this person specifically. Maybe it's either this person or something like this. I know what it's like to not have this. I want to keep this. This person wants this. It's very successful for them. And I'm like, I will allow it to a point. But, I'll allow it to a point. Something changing, something coming in really quick. It's because I value the connection. And I feel like, I know that if I don't let it kind of flourish and grow on its own, that I'm going to lose it. Or it's not going to be as bountiful as I want it. But the way it's coming in is also, it's like very kind of like, I guess. It's a very positive energy, but it's quick. And it's kind of like, I'll allow it, but only so far. I'll allow it, but only so far. I feel like whatever this is, I shouldn't say you don't gotta do anything. You care deeply for whoever this is. The Lover's card is here. This doesn't have to be a romance thing, but this person like, they mean a lot to you. There's a lot of like sometimes this is how a parent feels about a child, or like a sibling, or like a long-term friendship, or just this could be somebody new to your life, but you just for some reason have this really strong value for them. Could be a coworker, could be anything. It's just somebody you have a high amount of value towards. Kind of like, yeah, I really like them. They're like, they might have a very fast energy, a very creative energy, but I feel like I believe in them. Kind of like the way they move is the way they move, but they're honest and they will tell you the truth, and you know they'll tell you the truth. It's kind of like I feel like you believe in whoever this is. So if they're a bit random, if they're a bit quick, if they do what they do, whatever that is, and that may be contrary to how you live life, the reason it's okay is because you know that if you ask them a question, they will give you the truth and they will tell you why they made that decision. You may not agree with why they made a decision, but you know what they're telling you is the truth, and I feel like that's really big in this situation. Like, if I ask them a question, they will give me the truth and the honest answer that I need. They also try to look at it from your angle. They also do that. And I feel like I have that mutual respect. It's like not just about the honesty, but they know what I'm looking for. They know I'm looking for stability, and they try to find a way to express the answer in a way that, you know, brings forth the truth that I'm looking for. Not just like the bare minimum truth, but like they know I'm looking for the stability, and they will try to give me the truth and also show me where that truth can be found, or like where that makes sense for what I'm looking for. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm going on vacation, they won't just tell me the truth about the weather. They'll tell me the truth about, you know, what type of storms happened that type of year. Like, yeah, we went and the weather was great, right? But they'll be like, yeah, the weather is great, but by the way, sometimes they do have hurricanes at that time of year, just so you know. So if you want to go there, that's fine, but just make sure, you know what to do if something like that happens. You have your backup plan geared that way, that type of thing. They relate it in a way that makes sense to you, that gives you the value you want. Okay, so the wheel shows up. Earth signs tend to not like the wheel. Earth signs tend to not. I keep thinking that this showed up in Cancer's read too, and I feel like they didn't care for it either, but I could be wrong. And I'm not sure if I'm remembering that right. The Wheel of Fortune, Capricorn not the fan. I'm going to go out there and say that I don't think Capricorn's the fan, because that's random energy. Could go good, could go bad. Right. That's Capricorn's like, yeah, no, you can keep it. It's coming forward. Can we get a little more something on that? Somebody wants what they want, and there's like a very, I want to say, brazen communication, very brash, very somebody kind of like flaunting themselves and just kind of like, I'm doing this, and they're just doing what they want, and that's causing a random moment. This is whatever's going on, the backstory that you're not seeing. This is kind of like this is like finding out somebody's moving and they're going to move in less than a month, and you're like, but that house has so much value, why are they doing that? You may not realize that house has become too expensive for them and that they have to move. They're not telling you that. That's the trapped side here of the Eight of Swords. The Sun card is they're moving to something that works for them better. They're downsizing. So just make this easy. The house they used to live in maybe cost them $2,000 a month to live there. They're moving to something else that's going to cost them $1,000 a month to live there and live comfortably. They have to. For whatever reason, we're just going to say they have to. They're not telling you that. They're downsizing, and they're downsizing in a way that is much better for them, but they're not giving you the backstory. So this random moment and somebody saying, I'm doing this because I want to, and they're kind of flaunting it, it's kind of brazen. They're kind of hiding the real reason it's happening. They just don't want that to be public, is what I'm getting, for whatever reason. What I'm getting at this moment, which would work better for you, is to pull back to like 50% involvement because whatever it is happening, and it's just, it's going. This might be that same energy, which is ironic because if they're not telling you the reason this change is happening, it may be very personal to them, and they may be like, this isn't for you to decide, Capricorn, and this isn't going to change what you're doing, then I don't want to share it, so I'm not going to share it. They might be struggling with the change, especially if, like this, for example, say they're moving. Maybe somebody that they're in a relationship with, that relationship is ending, and they don't want people to know that just yet. That might be another reason for that. Something like that. There's some moving parts here. There's some moving parts here that they don't want seen yet, and they might be struggling with that. I'm getting like, just realize that this person does look out for you when they feel like that's something they need to do. So they do look out for you. Keep that in mind, and let them stay in the shadows for now. This is the Five of Pentacles. It's kind of being out in the cold. Let that happen for now, and just support it where you can, honestly, and where you feel like you can't, just kind of pull back and just kind of let them do their thing and just kind of leave it to them. This isn't a time where they're going to kind of come to you for consultation or anything like that. They're not going to really ask your opinion very much. They're doing what they feel like they need to do, and they don't want all the pieces coming out of like what's going on. So that they're saying is like, keep the connection, but don't try to get too close at this time. Just realize that there's a good connection here. Just kind of pull back and let it be. It'll go easier if you pull back a little bit. It's going to get more difficult if you kind of push forward, because I feel like the teeth and the claws are going to come out because they don't want to talk about something, and they're going to feel kind of like pushed in a corner. You know, when you trap an animal or you get them in a corner, they may not be that aggressive until they feel like they have to. That fight or flight comes out. So they're saying kind of pull back for now. Let this kind of like relax. I don't know. Okay, this is how I feel like it might make more sense to Capricorn. You know, when people try to push you and that's not going to happen, no way, no how. Kind of like, look at it that way. Like, Capricorn does not tolerate somebody pushing them. And you're Capricorn. Just kind of like when somebody tries to push you and you don't like it, what they should have done versus what they did do, kind of think of that. Kind of like they should have backed off and let you be and just given you your space. That's how Capricorn tends to like it. This energy is the same thing. They're like kind of pull back, let them figure it out on their own, let them do what they need to do. You may have better ideas, but they're not open to it right now. So just kind of, I don't know if that helped. Hopefully I said that in a helpful way. Because there's changes going on here. This Three of Wands is a little different, but like they're figuring out what they need to do. They're just keeping it very private at this point. They will include you later is what I'm getting. But whatever they're struggling with, there's a lot of layers here that I don't feel like they're ready to deal with personally. So they're just kind of doing what they feel like they need to do for now. And I'm getting, just let them kind of work through it. Let them work through it, because I just feel like it becomes a big deal if you don't. It will be fine. Things are just going to keep moving forward anyway. They're going to make their decisions. I feel like the truth about what's coming out, because there's some ending happening with them, it's already there. It's kind of like it's already set to happen. They just don't want to deal with it right now. They don't want to put it out there right now. They just want to keep it to themselves, and that's why this is kind of happening that way. I do get that they are protected. They're going to be fine. They really do need to do this on their terms, the way they want to, the way they need to. And even if you try to kind of push forward, like, listen, maybe I can help you. Listen, maybe I got this. Listen, maybe I have a viewpoint that you don't know. They're going to fight you. I'm getting like the teeth and the claws coming out. Like, it could end up like them it's not just them not taking your advice, but like I feel like there could be a rift that could happen between you and them because of the aggressiveness that comes out, because they don't want to deal with something, and if they feel cornered, you know, the teeth and the claws come out. Not that they really want to do that to you, but just like it could be the knee-jerk reaction because they're freaking out. Yeah, we already dealt with that. Anything else? They want to keep that hidden is what I keep getting. They're not ready to bring it forward. It has nothing to do with trust. I just feel like they don't want to deal with it personally. It's not about telling people that they trust. It's not that. It's just they don't want to. They don't want to. You know what I mean? I do get a very good outcome later. There's going to be some deconstructing Whatever choices they're making now, by the way, these choices are going to be deconstructed later, but I feel like that's a process that's going to help them heal. It's just the path for them. Would it be the path for you? Probably not, but this is them, not you. I feel like they're just trying to set this up so that there isn't a problem between you and this person later. So hopefully if this reading is hitting for you, the point is to not create a rift, to not create an issue. There doesn't have to be one, but ironically, by you trying to be very caring and helpful, it could double back and cause a problem between you and this person that could take some time to heal, that it doesn't have to be a problem. Their path, they're going to go down their path either way. They're going to make the decisions they're going to make either way. Even though you're coming forward with a very positive energy, if they're not ready to receive it, it's just not going to work out well. So I feel like they're saying for right now, be supportive, pull back like to 50%, just let them make their decisions, and then when they need to kind of come out of it later, you can give advice and help out in that way where you see fit, and it'll be more compatible and conducive. Otherwise, again, it could add on another layer of something else that they got to fix and just make the problem just that much more heavier on them. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hopefully that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.